Alright, so we've got some surprisingly pretty interesting leaks and certain things that do confirm actually some pretty good stuff. I'm going to make this video and kind of as a recall a bit for previous units that I did talk about in the past. Now, the Charlotte Yami showcase is going to be coming soon, probably within the next day at the time of seeing this. It's just I'm waiting for Ollie to get it because I didn't really get the best showcase and I want to at least showcase them as best as I can on JP, even if on JP it's just not a good landscape for them because there's no Funeral and of course no Dorothy. Okay, so one little thing, there's a bunch of like new like bosses from the recent story chapter, and just to show, Awakened Licht has his art. Okay, we got an art for Charla and then also for the Raya, right? So they look pretty sick. Obviously, these are not like units that are confirmed, but like, you know, Awakened Licht having this is sick as hell, right? It is sick. I don't think this is going to be the art, but it might be because this is Raya's alt art. And then this is Charlotte's alt art, but just like different, right? So that is actually pretty cool. Now we already went over this. I'm going to actually do a reaction video to the updated skill pages, but I'm actually, okay, put more of your thoughts down below for these paid skill pages again, because I want to make a full compiled video of all the different videos having reactions to that. And, you know, just want to make a good reaction video for that. So anyway, starting off, there's a new special mode called Frame Challenge, and it should be similar like Shadow Battle, which I agree, right? It looks pretty similar. It has like the same type of thing. I just feel like for frames, guys, do we need a game mode for frames? I hope that's not exactly what it meant. I hope it meant something else, but we're gonna have to see. Okay, we are gonna have to see. That is a bit of an odd thing to do. Now then, there's this really cool thing. So Dorothy is confirmed. Dorothy is 1000 bajillion% confirmed now. Okay, she has this, and we see little glimpses of her kit. Right, it shows Nightmare. So basically, this is her using this is her alt, and then this is her skill one. So it shows you how to use Dorothy, right? Exactly. It's a training tutorial. So this is sick. Okay, we get to see Dorothy's in-game model finally. Okay, finally. I'm very happy, very happy about that. And we're gonna talk about the kits. Okay, we're gonna talk about the kits for you guys to get a refresher. And especially Dorothy. This video is gonna be a bit more centered around Dorothy, but there's also Fuego, bro. It's sick. So Sala Fuego, you can even see his firearm. You could see the firearm, man. Look at that. Look at that. Hold on. Look at the firearm. Look at that. Yep, you love to see it. So there's Sala, and then there's also Doro. Okay, these are the two captains, right, that are going to be coming very soon. And Dorothy should be in a month. Fuego, I don't know. Now Fuego, personally, me and Ali, more so Ali, but I kind of agree with him. We're thinking that Fuego was going to be a fest just because of how good his kit was. But we will have to see. Okay, we will have to see. I definitely think it's a bit tricky. But we do get parts of the kit that are basically now confirmed to be there, right? Now, one more thing before we go to the kits mainly is that Dorothy has a main event. So basically, this confirms that she is going to start off the season for Global for two reasons, right? One is because we have packs for Dorothy, which means after Raya, because Raya's kit was leaked, it means Raya's this season, which then means if Dorothy has her kit or her like packs, that means she's right after, which means that the main event is going to be when Dorothy comes out starting season 11. We always get the main event when the season starts. So yeah, it seems like they're doing a lot of these different themed main events, and it's going to be the Dorothy one. Okay, so that's going to be pretty cool. I guess I don't really know. Now Dorothy, it shows the Nightmare for Fuego, it shows the all attack buff and the burns. So let's go over that. Okay, we have to scroll up. We're going to start with Dorothy because she is just a unit that is more important in this current meta for Charlotte Yami. Because if you guys know Charlotte Yami's kit, then great. If not, check out the kit breakdown and obviously the showcase when it comes out, maybe the next day, I would say. So her main thing revolves around the alt. The alt applies Nightmare on an enemy for 2 turns, and then it applies Silence. Okay. So this is a really good combo, and honestly going to be very good against Black Divider turn 1, which is why with Funeral it's going to be good. You put this before Black Divider even goes, okay? Nightmare and then Silence. Black Divider can't use his skill 2. Silence can work against Black Divider. Keep that in mind. And then Nightmare, what does it do? At the start of the target's turn with a Nightmare debuff, it applies a random level 5 debuff to the target. If buff is applied to the target while Nightmare is present, it inflicts a 20% reduced mobility debuff on the target. So you just can't apply buffs, right? So it's pretty scary, right? It does force a different play because then you just reduce the mobility, and this could completely win the match for you for sure. Now the random debuff could be a couple different things. Reduce damage dealt, so they do less damage, they take more damage, they do less damage again, have their attack reduced, reduce crit res, and then reduced defense. Very good. Now, we're going to talk about why it gets even better and why this is such a good thing. But yeah, so this is a very good thing, right? Silence, Nightmare, applies a level 5, right? Level 5 is insane. Absolutely insane. These debuffs are going to be crazy. And it's just, hello? I can't talk. It's at the start of every turn. It's at the start of the target's turn with Nightmare debuff. So twice, you get 2 of these debuffs. Now it's random, so you can proc the same one, but still, pretty crazy. With this mobility debuff, very good. Now we go back. Skill 1, extend debuff duration on one enemy for 1 turn. And then if an enemy is afflicted with Nightmare, inflicts a 20% reduced mobility debuff on an enemy. This is a really good combo, and obviously on the DPS going to be insane with this mobility reduced, okay? And on the Nightmare debuff already, and this, it goes very well together. Multiple mobility reductions. Now, skill 2, disarm level 3, crit rate reduction, very good. Now, I don't know. I think disarm is the same as reduced damage dealt, but they could make it different debuffs, but we're going to have to see. I think it's the same though. I think. It's just because this wasn't like, this was in text, but this was in an actual like skill icon. Okay, so that's the difference. Now we don't know what the skill page adds, but me and Ollie, we're thinking about it, and to make Charlotte Yami good, to make them like the minute Dorothy gets any immortality removal or block, Charlotte Yami become good. That's it. Literally it. That's it. It's insane to think about, but that's all Dorothy needs. Immortality blocker removal. It's crazy to think about, but it's true. Okay? I don't care where she gets it, but they have to change her kit to have immo removal. Some type of way to counter Black Divider, because if not, GG. But if they get immo, if Dorothy gets immo removal, then great. Now then, we went through the ult, and this is why Dorothy becomes crazy. You get 1 debuff applied to the attacked enemy to all enemies. So transfers 1 debuff from the person you attacked to all enemies. And this is what we see all the way down there is that you attack this person who has Nightmare, and then it applies Nightmare on the other 2. Which means that Nightmare will work to transfer if it's, you have to, obviously it's only 1. So you could get unlucky, but obviously if you apply Nightmare to everyone, that's going to be insane. Right, that is going to be insane. So I don't know. The wording isn't great because you can't choose what debuff that you're transferring, right? So you can get unlucky with that. But still, it transfers whoever you attack 1 debuff from them to the whole team. Insane. And then if you attack an enemy afflicted with a debuff, you grant yourself 20% mobility. So, guys, you put this on someone. You got a 20% mobility increase. And then 20% mobility decrease on the enemy you choose, which makes a 40% mobility gap, which is insane. And then, even better, you reduce the mobility even more. So Dorothy's going to be going a lot quicker than a lot of units sometimes, right? Sometimes, right? But it's pretty good. It is pretty good. And if you do transfer Nightmare to everyone, then that means anytime they get a buff, whenever there's an AoE damage reduction buff, they always reduce the mobility. Really good. Now, this buff block at the start of the wave just makes her too good, right? Buff block for 1 turn to the DPS, guaranteed, without any restrictions, amazing. But I would like to see immortality removal. So to me, on the combo, they need to put it, right? To me, they need to change this, right? This is leaks. It could change. It probably will. I hope it does, okay? Actually, it's not leaks. It was in the game, but they could for sure still change it. It's still in the process of being changed because they didn't have any animations when it was shown. So yeah, skill 2, we don't know. And also the skill page, we don't know. And then for this, she unfortunately gets Yule at 125, but it's fine. To me, it's fine. So yeah, Dorothy's good. It's just, she needs to help Yami and Charlotte. But of course, that is to be seen, right? That is to be seen. But yeah, so that's Dorothy. Now, Fuego, right? Fuego, this is what we see for Fuego, right? So it's basically an AoE burn and then an AoE attack, right? So let's go over what Fuego's kit is looking like and then wrap up this video. Just wanted to refresh you guys a bit because it has been a bit and a lot of people actually didn't know what they did. So, skill 1, inflicts taunt on an enemy for 1 turn. Also applies when counterattacking. Okay. If you counterattack without having Salamander's Flame present on self, grants self Salamander Flame for 2 turns. Okay. So, we'll talk about Salamander's Flame a bit later. Actually, no, we could talk about it now. If Salamander's Flame is present on self, you get 50% lifesteal, 30% damage reduction, and then if you counter while Sala Flame is present, performs an extra attack on all enemies to deal damage equal to 100% of attack and magic attack. Okay, very good. So this makes me think he's going to be good with Raya, because Raya gives a counterattack to the partnered mage, and if you put Raya with Fuego, it could be crazy. It could. It really could. So that is honestly pretty interesting. I do kind of like that, for sure. Now then, the skill 2, single target. Okay, for every instance of burn, 40% damage increase. On a skill 2, that's crazy. That's going to be a lot of damage. It is. Now then, the skill 2 is basically if an enemy is taking burn, you inflict burn on the person to their left and their right of the designated target. Okay. This is interesting, but it's going to keep burns up for sure, for sure. I'm guessing this is going to be invulnerability, but we're going to have to see. It's just, he's, for right now, a chaos attacker. Okay. So to me, this screams invulnerability, because every chaos has had either invulnerability or protection. Okay. Zora, both. Charlotte, Vanessa, protection. Black Divider, protection, immo. So usually they have 2 of the 3 main defensive mechanics being immo, protection, and invulnerability, and Fuego's missing one, right? So that's that. Now the ult is AoE, applies all attack, HP recovery. And why is there HP recovery? Because of the fact that he has lifesteal, okay? And then he puts a burn AoE, which is why we saw what we saw here. Which is all attack, and then he puts the burn, and then that's a counter attack. This is meant to show the counter attack, I think, the second, because you can see here, this is to show the ult, and that's to show the skill 1 spread, right? So that's basically how that works for that. Now let's scroll all the way back up and continue. So the passive just puts 2 turns Salamander Flame, which is crazy, because that's a like innate 30% damage reduction and lifesteal, which it's okay, but actually no, that's really good. That is really good. You just have it forever, basically. And then when you counterattack with Salamander's Flame, it's an AoE. Yeah, you could do some fun stuff. You can. Now then, this part is what makes him a lot better. When hit by an enemy taking continuous burn damage, you counterattack. So you don't even need Raya, but Raya helps it out a bit if it's an enemy not burning, right? So that's for sure going to be crazy, but just being able to counterattack like that is insane, right? Which is why this putting burn is very good. AoE burn with all attack. Man, Fuego is going to have pretty high burn damage. He will. He really will. He will. And then Dupe 5, the same thing as a lot of dark units. At the start of the battle, if all allies, including yourself, have different attributes, and your HP is below 30%, grants immortality buff for 1 turn. So he's an MO unit for now. Which is honestly, I mean, it's good. It's good. It is very good. Him being MO with lifesteal, it's a good combo. I mean, we saw it on Charlotte Yami. The thing is, they don't do damage as well. And, you know, Fuego, it's going to be a bit of a different landscape, I feel. Because Fuego has counterattacks. So even if he's at 1% HP, he could counter. And without him attacking his turn, he's still going to get back up to 100%. Because it could be AoE, right? It could be AoE extra attacks for the counterattack, right? So it's good. It's good. Now, the combo inflicts burn, and then if Sala's there, inflicts another burn. So if you have Salamander Flame, you apply 2 burns on combo. So you could do some funky stuff. Put this with Raya. Raya gives counterattack, right? Could be crazy. Could be crazy. But we're definitely going to have to see. We're going to have to see. I think Fuego is actually going to be pretty nice. In terms of damage, it could be better, I think. But he is going to be good with counterattacks. It's just, you have to be very wary with Black Divider. But you could obviously have immortality removal units on this team. So that's not really the problem, right? That for sure isn't. But yeah, that's basically the 2 units that we're going to be getting next, it seems, on JP. Next season. I think season 17. Whatever season is coming next in September. At the end of September. Is going to be Fuego and Dorothy. Probably. Man, that's going to be a good season. 2 captains? I'm for it. I really am for it. Like, these 2, they look good. They look good. They do look good. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Let me know what you think of these units. Let me know what you think also of this like potential new game mode, and very cool Awakened Lictor. So yeah, that's basically it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.